This is definitely going to be a different kind of video, and hello after a long hiatus from YouTube. Today I went out for some springtime photography in the forest. I've often remarked that this is one of my favorite times to do photography seasonally because, as you can see, the canopy is just starting to bud, letting lots of light down into the forest. The effect of that on the nature is that things are starting to bloom, to blossom, and to green up on the forest floor, making it interesting both to look at and to photograph. But the effect of that photographically is this is also some of the best light that the forest gets in terms of getting a good volume of light on the forest floor. So that is photographically interesting. It's an interesting vibe, as you can see, walking through the forest and seeing it this well lit while there still being some interest on the forest floor, as opposed to the dead leaves or snow that we may have in the spring. And today I've brought a hiking partner with me. This is Owen. So this is my first time introducing Owen Michael Ray Ramsey on the channel. He's my first son. He was born to myself and my fiance Susan on January 14th, and so he's 10 weeks old on this outing, and we went out for some father-son photography. This is not just the first time I'm returning to photography on the channel after taking some time off to learn how to be a dad and to support him and mom to the extent possible. This is really the first time I've gone out to do some photography for myself personally, and was glad to have Owen along. As well as our equipment for today, we're shooting with the Canon EOS R5 Mark II. That's my daily driver, both for work and for leisure. And you see that I've often remarked that I love the versatility of this camera because I can strap a battery accessory on it that extends the runtime, and it's got a cooling fan integrated, so that's great for when I've got long shoots. In fact, I just had one yesterday, and then when I want to take it out for fun, I can just take that off and go with a more minimal, easy to carry setup. Today the lens is the 28-70, again another great everyday carry sort of lens, the 28-70 f2.8. So this is a lens that still offers a nice bright f2.8 aperture and a reasonably good build quality, but allows for a reduced size and a reduced price, which makes it great for sort of hobby photography by sacrificing 4mm of focal length at the wide end. So, and I've remarked as much in other outings that I've taken with this lens, and so I won't belabor that. For a weather sealed lens at $1,100, I've found it to be a pretty strong value, of course, and you get that extra stop of aperture. I do highly recommend it as an everyday carry lens, as an alternative to something like a 24-105 f4, because it gives you that extra stop of light. So if you find you're working often in the dark, or if you're doing professional work and the added background separation is desirable for example, portraits, this is a great alternative first-time lens that Canon released a couple years ago. So, but you can check out my other content about that. We'll go explore the woods, and we'll actually take just a few photos today. This woods you have seen many times on this channel. This is only my second time exploring this section of the woods. And my first time exploring this part of the trail, and the reason I don't hike this trail as often is because it's flat, not as interesting, but I thought it might be a good introductory hike for Owen or for first-time dad by not introducing as many challenges like hills and water features that we have to figure out how to navigate. I'm confident we will build our way up to that. But today, just sticking to some nice flat trail and exploring the opportunities, the newfound opportunities. Speaking of renewal and new things, such as this mayapple, a photographic opportunity I didn't take because I think those need just a little more time to really bloom out. Or this scene that did catch my eye. Another reason I don't hike this section of trail as often is because the trees are much younger here than in the rest of the forest. But here I found one, what I'll call a middle-aged tree. Certainly stands out because of its size, and at this time of day when it's backlit and the shadow's pointing towards me, the shadow is also quite imposing. So you're seeing me compose it now. This is the view through the camera, and this is the raw photo that I captured. I took an interesting editing technique to develop the raw files. I just right-clicked them in Finder and hit the convert image button. And so I sort of got an instant JPEG from the raw files, and it is different from the embedded raw preview. So tell me what you think about this this development from this raw file. What's the treatment look like to you? I've got my thoughts, but I'd love to hear yours. I also tried a different composition here, but I could not get these elements to line up, and so I abandoned this and set back on the trail. Lastly, I saw a great example of a trillium in bloom, and Owen enjoyed it. Maybe I've had bad luck, or maybe it's the nature of the trillium, but I've had difficulty photographing them, and this seemed like an ample opportunity to at least capture something. Of course, I want to catch them when the petals are spread, but to also test the close focusing capability of the Canon 28-70, which is something I haven't had time to talk about on the channel. In fact, maybe the last thing about this lens that I haven't had to talk about. But what made me think about it is recently I had to shoot a retail shoot, and we were shooting some jewelry, and my practice with this client is to use some extension tubes and an 85mm lens, and that is at the minimum focus distance with like 2 extension tubes. And I came to a shoot last week, and they had jewelry, and I didn't have all that extra equipment with me, so I actually just popped on the 28-70 and thought, well, the best result I'm going to get is with this, and was surprised to see that I was actually able to almost exactly replicate what I was doing with all that macro equipment. So I thought, you know, as I've been using the 28-70 more, I've been sort of seeing what's possible with it from a macro reproduction standpoint, and this is what I was able to capture for the trillium. I caught 2. A tight and a wide, so that's a great virtue of using a zoom. But then I also popped it into minimum focus distance just to see how large I could reproduce something like a trillium, and you're seeing that here. So just another sort of added angle of unexpected versatility for this lens. It's sort of the lens you can pop on and do anything with it. So getting back out, Owen was starting to fuss. I thought about trying to photograph some of these smaller wildflowers, but the wind was just, if you've done this kind of macro photography in the wild, you know, with that shallow depth of field, like the wind has got to be dead still, or else you just can't get sharp photos. So didn't even bother with that, and I actually just abandoned the thought of it, besides maybe stopping to share a little bit for you. And turning around, I was absolutely flabbergasted and surprised to see a couple of familiar faces. My sister and her son had gotten word that Owen and I were out exploring in the woods, and they decided they were in the neighborhood and they would stop in and say hello. So until next time, you guys keep an eye out and a foot forward. Thanks for watching. Bye.
You guys, I'm here with the venerable Susie Hardigan. Look at this woman. You have met Susie. She's been on the channel a few times. She's my fiance. And boy, there's some news. She is carrying our baby we're due in January. That's not what this video is about. No. But I just wanted to let you know what she's up against. So our concept for today was we wanted to go record some